What is white? Hot take of the day, most Hispanics and Latinos are white. Same goes for the Jews and even a large portion of the Middle East. Even some Asian countries are far more white than they are Asian. I have spoken, therefore it is true. Okay, fine, I'll elaborate. Have you ever wondered why almost every country south of the US speaks Spanish? It's because many moons ago, Spain, a country in Europe that happens to be full of white people, got into a race with England, another country in Europe that also happens to be full of white people. They sailed over the Atlantic to, civilize.
No, you can't say that.
Okay. Conquer.
Closer.
What the, okay, fine. Oppress innocent indigenous peoples who totes got along with each other just fine before the evil white man showed up, and the natives definitely didn't own any slaves. Both countries were super successful, and now hundreds of millions of people on this side of the globe speak their languages. Long story short, white Europeans also colonized Central and South America. You're probably wondering why I'm telling you all of that. It's because when I say close the border and deport all the illegals, I'm not being racist.
Bro, now's not a time to be joking around.
You're no fun. But due to the modern times we live in, all the Spanish speakers can't be white for one of two reasons. If you're right wing, they aren't white enough to be considered white, so we call them Latino or Hispanic. I mean, I know their white ancestors did the same exact things my white ancestors did, but if we call them Hispanic or Latino, they'll, I don't know, something. I have a better example coming up. Get off my... Now, if you're left-wing, well, you hate whites, so these future Democrat voters can't possibly be white. I mean, I know their white ancestors did the same exact things my white ancestors did, but if we call them Latinx, they'll vote for us, and we can't have evil white racists voting for us now, can we? So Latinx it is. Here's an example. Some people really be like, she's from Brazil, so she's not white. Most Latinxers are in fact white. Cause you know, they have white skin and are of European heritage. Originally, I was gonna use Canelo here in the video. He's a pro boxer from Mexico, but you know, which one of these two is better to look at? Did you know Jesus wasn't white? Jesus was actually brown, cause he's from the Middle East and only brown people live in the Middle East. Okay, hotshot, then spot the white people. Some of these politicians are from white European countries, while some of these politicians are from brown Middle Eastern countries. Oh, are you having trouble identifying the whites from the browns? It's almost like the Middle East is full of white people or something. Oh, weird. Let's look at Syrians, for example. Sami Zayn, Steve Jobs, Bashar al-Assad. Well, this is awkward. Shouldn't these Middle Easterners be brown? Why do they have the same skin color as me? Side note, there's been a MENA movement in America for decades now. People of Middle Eastern and North African heritage don't have their own little box to check on the census, and they've been trying to change that. They mostly just get counted as white on all their legal paperwork. Second side note, when the Irish and the Italians weren't considered white about a century ago in America, MENA people still were. Here's a clear-cut example of what I'm talking about. One of these two men is Osama bin Laden's son. The other is a French white supremacist. Can you tell me which is which? I feel like this was more work than it was worth. Still not convinced? This Jew is a woman from Israel. Does she look brown? If you didn't know she had an accent, you'd just assume that's some white woman.
And you know, at the end of the day, you can't please them all.
She's so goddamn hot, but she's from the Middle East. So why isn't she brown? Awkward. I know how much y'all love my hot takes, so here's a second one. If you couldn't see these ladies' eyes, they'd pass for white. Like me, they even have pink nipples. Hubba hubba, I know. Fun fact, when we, the US, first made contact with the Japanese, they were just considered white by our society. Fact checked me, I double dog dare you. No, I triple dog dare you. Now you have to do it. Pussy! I think some East Asians have white skin. There's my hot take. But my definition of white is much more different than y'all's for some reason. I think a lot of people care more about bloodline when it comes to a person's race than what color skin the person actually has, which I think is dumb when titles like European and Nordic already exist. So to answer my question, what is white? I have no idea what should or shouldn't count as white. So how am I gonna end this video? White guilt is for losers and whites with white guilt should be If you made it this far, then it's my duty to thank you and try to sell you stuff. Every shirt I wore in this video can be purchased on my website, www.tardvark.com, for only $28. But you can sign up to become a member on my YouTube channel and get a $4.20 discount. Smoke weed every day. They'll also give you access to my Discord, where I can share memes like this one. I wonder what that could be. I also have stickers and hat pins for sale that each come with a super secret card. Some of you already know what that card is. Or you can just tip me via the applaud button on YouTube, or go to my website and donate that way. How does the algorithm work here on YouTube? No one actually knows, not even YouTube themselves. Rumor around the water cooler is that you liking, commenting, and sharing this video somehow helps let the algorithm know that more people should see this video. I don't have a funny way to share that info, so just please do that. If you know what's good for you. Okay, bye-bye now.